Welcome into another American River College athletics broadcast brought to you by Stone's Radio Networks. Today we have
the ARC women's softball team taking on Merced, Game 2.
And now with the play-by-play, I give you Mark the Phantom Lowe.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Becky Russ Field on the campus of American River College in lovely Sacramento, California. Mark the Phantom Lowe here with Stones McCoy, bringing you Game 2 of the doubleheader between American River College and Merced. The Beavers won Game 1 8-0, and Taylor McKay is out on the hill trying to get them into a good start in Game 2. And the first pitch to Maddie Stokes is on the inside corner for a strike, and we are ready to go here. Excited to bring you our first audio softball game of the season. The video went well in that Game 1 to get an 8-0 win. Here's McKay again, swing and a miss by Stokes, 0-2. McKay 2-1 on the season, a 2.06 ERA, making her fourth appearance. 14 strikeouts to just one base on balls. Beavers now 6-1 on the campaign as they face Merced here. That was a little bit high, 1-2 on Maddie Stokes, the center fielder. Maddie, a sophomore for Merced, who are alternately the Devils and the Blue Devils. And I think we're just going to go with Devils because I don't like Blue Devils. Bird agrees with me. He's to my right. The tremendous defensive back. There's a pop-up left side going over the short side, coming in as left field, and that is Jaden Diaz who picks up that one in foul territory for the first out of the game. So Stokes is retired on a fly ball to the left. It'll bring up Madeline Insell, the catcher for the Devils, as we are experiencing our first ever softball game here. We're used to baseball where the press box is much bigger, although there are many people in the press box. This one is designed for 6, and I think we've got 6 in here, and I think that's a tremendous tribute to us as our scheduling concern. Of course, Stones McCoy to my left. First pitch is bunted by Insell, picked up by the catcher. Peter Burrs it down to first, and safe. It's an infield hit for Madeline Insell. Hannah Peterburg's behind the plate, came out and picked that one up pretty quickly, but Insell down to first base quickly. First hit of the game is the bunt single, and here's Maddie Mayo Garza, the third baseman for the Devils.
Maddie Mayo Garza.
Stepping in with a runner on first base now, and one down here in the top of the first. Naomi Moore to follow, then Megan Escobar, the next two hitters for the Devils out of Merced. Here's McKay's first pitch. It's a little bit inside, a little bit high for a ball, 1-0. Emily Ariano is down at first base for the Beavers. Kelly Capps at second. Morgan Montgomery, man shortstop. And at third base, it's Bella Garcia. Jane Diaz out in left field. Sophie Peterburs in center. And Kelly Tomlinson is in right field. Next pitch is swung and a missed. And Peterburs thought about going down to first base to throw behind Insell, but Madeline gets back safely with no throw being attempted. 1 ball, 1 strike on Maddie Mayo Garza. McKay, the right-hander, comes to us from Paradise. He's a sophomore. There's a swing and a miss to throw down to second on a steal. It bounces in there, and right under the tag is Insell. Just a little bit short on the throw. It bounced up to Montgomery. Slapped the tag down on Insell, but she was in there safely, and so she's at second base. They 1 ball and 2 strike count now on Mayo Garza. Right-handed hitter, open stance against the right-hander McKay, the sophomore out of Paradise High. Played second base in the first game. Again, won by the Beavers, 8-0. Ever since they are 6-1, lost the first game, but since then, outscoring their opponents 47-6 in the next 6 games to achieve a number 10 ranking in Northern California for American River. And the catcher, Hannah Peterburs, is going over to the dugout to get a little bit of equipment. So we will set the scene for you again. We're at Becky Russ Field here, American River College. Second game of a doubleheader. After this one, the Beavers will go on a couple of road trips. They'll play 4 or 5 games on the road. Then we're back here on a big one. It's in the future, so mark it on your calendar. March the 4th, Saturday, a doubleheader against the number 1 ranked team in Northern California. That's the Sierra College Wolverines, and that's also Big 8 conference play. So that is a huge game, and you want to remember that one. You can always subscribe to American River College Athletics on YouTube, and that way you'll be notified. In fact, Stones McCoy comes to everybody's house that subscribes and tells them, hey, there's a game at 12 o'clock, be ready. And so you want to be apprised of any game coming up, we'll take care of you. All you need to do is subscribe. So we're ready to go again. Peterbur's behind the plate. McKay's delivery popped up out of play right behind us. and it will be 1 ball and 2 strikes. We talked about Bird, the defensive back stalwart for the Beavers. He's to my right doing the scoreboard and doing a pretty good job, I must say. To his right is Matt, the PA guy, who I can't make any fun of anymore because he's an Eagles fan. That's, basically that's all you got to say there. 1 and 2, here's McKay with the wind and the delivery. That's a good-looking pitch, and it's just a little bit outside, 2 and 2. Audible groan coming from up in the press box, and we're not allowed to do that, so I will not claim that groan came from me. Then Sabrina's down to she's all the way down the end. She's running the show. And then there's a guy I don't know, but he looks like he's pretty important too. I should have probably asked people their names before I introduce them. 2-2 pitch, grounded down to third base. Garcia picks it up. The runner's going to move over to third. She guns it across to first for the out. And Garza is retired 5-3. Bella Garcia over to Emily Ariano. But the runner does move down to third, so Incel in scoring position down there at third with 2 outs and Naomi Moore, the hitter. Naomi, a center fielder, a freshman, comes up here, and she's going to stand in the front of the box with the wide open stance against Taylor McKay. Comes in with a 2-1 record on the season. Incel it there. The show's bunt pulls it back, and a called strike on the inside corner. Hannah Peterburs looked like she wanted to throw it behind the runner, but of course Garcia had to come up with the show of a bunt by Moore, so there's no one covering third base. 0-1 now on Naomi Moore. Megan Escobar to follow if she keeps it going. That pitch is hit weakly out to shortstop. Picked up by Montgomery across the diamond for the out. So no runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the first. It's Merced 0, the Beavers coming to bat.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Network.
Bottom of the first, the Devils scoreless in the top of the first thanks to Taylor McKay and a couple of good plays on the infield. And now Megan Escobar, the sophomore right-hander, is going to take the mound for Merced against the Beavers, who will send up Bella Garcia, Sophie Peterburs, and Jacqueline Young, the first 3 hitters for American River.
Number 13, third baseman Bella Garcia.
Bella coming into today was 7 for 18 on the year, 389 average. She is a freshman out of Rockland, hitting from the left side against Megan Escobar, trying to get the Beavers on their way to their 7th win of this young campaign. 6-1 after losing game 1 to Butte. And they have put it together. Barry put it together since then. So here's Escobar. Garcia shows bunt. It's outside for a ball, 1-0. Sophie Peterburs and then Jacqueline Young to follow. As Garcia steps out, steps back in, she's ahead in the count. 1 ball, no strikes. Nice day for some softball out here. She takes that one, hits it down the third baseline, but foul outside of third. Maddie Mayo Garza making the effort, but it is into the coach's box, and so it'll be 1 ball and 1 strike on Bella Garcia. Wearing number 13 for the Beavers in their home whites. The Devils are in the, I just call it dark. It's blue, black, it's dark. I'll give them blue. Nice gold lettering, though, like that. Megan Escobar on the mound, and Maddie Incel behind the plate. That one chopped down the left field line out of play by Garcia, so she is behind the count now, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 389 on the young season coming into today's doubleheader.
Let's go, Bell.
This weekend, the Beavers will take on Shasta and San Mateo College down at the College of San Mateo. Then they're on the road to Solano College, and then Consumnes River and Diablo before they come back here. That's it. A line drive off the glove of the shortstop into left field for a base hit for Bella Garcia. Maddie Stokes made a try for it on the backhand, but Bella hit a little bit too hard. She's on with the base hit. Here's Sophie Petersburg. Peterburs.
Now batting for the Beavers, number 10, center fielder Sophie
She's center fielder today. She is out of Roseville High. Also hitting from the left side against the right-hander Escobar as Garcia reaches base. There goes her, chopped on third. Nice play by the third baseman. Throws the second. Did they get her? No, they did not. A nice play by Maya Garza, but she threw to second. The runner was going already to fielder's choice. First and second now for the Beavers. And nobody out. And here's Jacqueline Young, designated player.
Number 16, the DP,
She's out of Casa Roble High, the sophomore. 200 on the young season coming into today for Jacqueline Young. She's followed by Taylor McKay, hitting in the cleanup spot and pitching today. So 2 on, nobody out. Here's the pitch, and Young hits it out of play to our right for a strike, 0-1. Morgan Montgomery bats fifth, and Emily Ariano is hitting sixth. Kelly Tomlinson in right field bats seventh. Kelly Capps at second base, and then Jaden Diaz in left field. That is your lineup for the Beavers. 2 runners on and nobody out here in the first. Shows bunt, and bunted foul down the first base line over toward the Beaver dugout, so it's 0-2.
Go, Jackie.
Beavers won the first game 8-0 in a 5-inning affair to extend their record to 6-1, 6 straight wins for ARC. And Stones, I see that we're going to have the canine count here today as the canines are out in force. Young hits one high in the air to right field. Avila is going to have it, but now she can't handle it. She loses it and drops it, and that's going to be an error. And here comes Garcia all the way around to score as the throw gets away, and Garcia scores all the way from first, the first run of the game. So it's going to have to be scored an error on the right fielder as Peterburs goes all the way over to third as Avila lost that one in the well, it's not a big sun out here today so far. It's kind of overcast, so she lost that. A big play there, and here's Taylor McKay. So we've had a run, a hit, and an error in this inning. And here's McKay. Taylor 7 for 14 on the season going into today's action, which is a crisp 500. Even I can figure that out at 4 runs batted in. First and third, nobody out, and Escobar gets set to deliver to McKay. Fastball inside corner, call strike. Bluff at first base by Young. She did not go. So Escobar gave up a line drive off the glove of the shortstop, then a fielder's choice, and then an error by the outfield. So she's been a little bit led down by the defense so far. Going to try to crawl out of this hole here as the Beavers have already scored once. They have first and third and nobody out. Pitches. Hit a little line drive to right field. Avila comes in. That's in front of her. She's going to pick it up and look and get it into the infield, but that's an RBI single for Taylor McKay, and the Beavers lead this one 2-0. Going to second base is Young. That one right in front of Avila in right field. Advancing to second base is Young. Thought that maybe she would have a play at first base on Taylor McKay as Johnny Cowie, the first baseman, was there waiting, but not able to get it to her. And here is Morgan Montgomery, the shortstop, coming to us out of West Valley High School. She swings and misses that one in the dirt, setting the rest of the defense. Behind the plate, Maddie Insel. At third is Maddie Mayo Garza. At shortstop, Maddie Stokes. Kylie Brower at second base. Johnny Cowie at first. Ivory Avila in right field. Naomi Moore in center. And Kiana Becerra is out in left field. Megan Escobar on the mound. That pitch is offered out, called strike on a bunt attempt by Montgomery. So quickly 0-2 on Morgan Montgomery. Emily Ariano to follow, the first baseman today for ARC in Game 2 of this affair. Here's Escobar's pitch, swung on and miss. So down on strikes is Montgomery for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Emily Ariano, the first baseman. Emily coming to us from Folsom High. From Folsom High, 2 for 4 on the season coming into today's activity. Number 18. She's up here with runners at first and second and 1 out, and she's very far away from the plate from the right side against the right-hander Escobar. She takes that one. It is down low for a ball, 1-0. So Garcia started off with a single off the glove of the shortstop. Peterborough hit into a fielder's choice, and they tried to get Garcia at second, couldn't do so. Jacqueline Young lifted a fly to right that was misplayed into an error out there. 1 run scored, and then McKay with the RBI single to plate the second run. Montgomery strikes out, and here's Ariana. She takes in there for a strike, 1-1. Emily looks down at the third base coach as the Beavers have to feel like they need to get more than 2 out of this one with 2 on and 1 out. That one is swung on and grounded out to shortstop. Backhanded at short, flipped to the third baseman. Nice play at shortstop by Maddie Stokes. She got it on the backhand and just flipped it out of the glove to Garza. And for the force out on Jacqueline Young. Moving to second is McKay, and reaching first from the fielder's choice is Ariana. So still first and second, and that'll bring up Kylie Tomlinson. Callie Tomlinson, the right fielder, steps in with still 2 on and 2 outs now. Callie comes to us from Orem. She's a freshman. That one's popped to first base and handled over there by Cowie. So a good job by Escobar to get out of it, but she still gives up 2 runs on 2 hits and leaves a couple at the end of 1. The Beavers lead this one 2-0.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student-athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Now, back with the play-by-play right here on Stones Radio Network.
Top of the second from Becky Russ Field. Mark the Phantom Low here with you with Stones McCoy on the controls. And the Beavers lead this one 2-0. They gave you the Game 1, the first broadcast of softball from the Stones Radio Networks. Now we're giving you the whole package here in Game 2, watching us on ARC Athletics YouTube page or the Stones Radio Networks YouTube page. We urge you to subscribe to the ARC Athletics YouTube page so you can get notified when not only softball but all the sports, including tonight when we do the last doubleheader for the men's and women's basketball teams over from Hutchinson Gym as the Beavers take on the Mustangs from Delta College. That's at 5:30 and 7:30. Megan Escobar, the first hitter up here against Taylor McKay in the top of the second, then Johnny Cowie and Kylie Brower. First pitch looks good. It is good for a strike 0-1. 1 hit but no runs allowed by McKay in the top of the inning. She gave up the bunt single to Madeline Insell, but she was stranded at third. And now 0-1 on Escobar. She takes down the dirt for a ball, 1-1. Megan, the sophomore, out on the hill for the Devils today. Finds herself in a 2-0 hole here, trying to do something about it at the plate with Cowie to follow. And there's someone who wants to be in the canine count. As dogs know that we do the canine count at softball and baseball. That's a little lofted out to shortstop and pulled down by Morgan Montgomery. Little blooper by Escobar. Montgomery backed up a couple steps and handled it for the first out, and that will bring up Johnny Cowie, the first baseman, also a sophomore.
Number 17, first baseman Johnny Cowie.
Hitting from the left side against the right-hander Taylor McKay. McKay checks the wrist. Find out where all the pitches are written down. Here's the pitch. Look good, but it is inside a little bit on Johnny Cowie. She's followed by Kylie Brower, the second baseman for Merced. Cowie hitting in the number 6 spot against Taylor McKay. Ariana up a little bit at first. Bella Garcia up a step at third. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle for a strike, 1-1. One thing I've noticed about softball, it's a lot closer to the plate. You can tell the strike's a lot better than in baseball when you're farther away and stuff. So I deputized myself to be able to umpire these games as well. And you can knock out a step and save some money that way. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's lofted in the right center field, coming over the right fielder, makes the dive, can't get it. That's Tomlinson. Here comes Cowie rounding first. She's going to motor into second base with a solid double, the second hit of the game for the Devils. She's at second base with 1 out, and that'll bring up Kylie Brower. Just a line drive, off-speed pitch by McKay that Cowie waited for, lined it, and Callie Tomlinson, a real fine try in right field, just got by her as she tried to make a backhanded dive for it. Backed up out there by Peter Burrs, and they got it in, but not until Cowie had reached second base, and here's Kylie Brower. Right-hander takes in there for a strike on 1. Brower, a freshman. Kylie, Kylie. She's got the left foot almost out of the batter's box on the left side. Garcia is up at third base. Here's the pitch. She swings and misses it when she chased outside. 0-2 on Kylie Brower. Kiana Becerra to follow, the left fielder, hitting in the number 8 spot for the Devils today. But right now, Taylor McKay is worried only about Kylie Brower. 0-2 pitch, check swing. Did she go? I don't think so. They're going to not even check, so it's not even close. 1-2 on Brower. We're in number 9 for the Devils. Trying to put across their first run of the day, actually. We're shut out in game 1, 8-0. Here's the 1-2. Pops that one up. Going out to second baseman, coming in center field. Second base is going to call. That's Kelly Capps, and she'll make the catch for the second out. Staying at second base is Cowie, and that will bring up Kiana Becerra, the left fielder. Sophomore, we're in number 3, and also hitting from the right side.
Left fielder Kiana Becerra.
Cowie still out at second base after the double. Garcia up at third, Ariana at first. First pitch is a little bit high, a little bit outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Number 9 hitter Ivory Avila is on deck, the right fielder. Had a lot of action out in right field already in the bottom of the first. McKay checks in the dugout, and now she's ready to go. That one is right in there for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Taylor McKay on the mound. The sophomore from Paradise. Delivers 1-1. That is a little bit high, 2-1. 2-1 on the season for Taylor McKay, making her 4th appearance. She has a 2.06 ERA, really good strikeout to walk ratio, 14 strikeouts to a single base on balls. No strikeouts so far today. That one is swung on and missed as if on cue, and it's 2-2. She's been getting the pop-ups today. 3 pop-ups, 2 groundouts. 2-2 now on Kiana Becerra. Cowie out at second. McKay's pitch, it is just a little inside. Second time in 2 innings that we thought she might get a call, 3rd strike, but no such luck, and it's full on Becerra with Avila to follow. A little bit of wind blowing out right to left. Here's the 3-2. Line foul down the left field line. Didn't get all of it. Wouldn't have had enough of it to get a base hit had she kept it fair, but considerably foul. Jaden Diaz goes out and picks it up, returns it in. And that ball is ready to go again. As we'll go 3 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the second, 2 outs. Beavers with the 2-0 lead. Devils for the second inning in a row have had a runner in scoring position. They got a runner to third in the first inning, and they have Cowie out at second base in this inning, but not able to move around or move them along as of yet. Sarah steps out, steps back in. Now she's ready against Taylor McKay. Line drive off McKay's glove, picked up at second base by Capps over to first base, not going to be in time. That is an infield hit for Becerra. Moving to third is Cowie, and third hit of the game. Becerra hits it right off, a line drive off of Taylor McKay's glove. Nice play by Kelly Capps at second, almost got her, and that'll bring up Ivory Avila, the sophomore in right field for the Devils today. Over at third is Cowie, over at first is Becerra. And for the second inning in a row, the Devils get a runner to third base with 2 outs. First pitch is right in there for a strike. No activity over at first base by Becerra. She didn't really show that she would be going. 0-1 now on Ivory Avila. Top of the order, Maddie Stokes on deck. McKay comes set. Here's the 0-1. That's chopped weakly out towards short. Cut off at third base by Garcia. Over to first for the out. Nice play by Bella Garcia. Getting out of the jam. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the second. Beavers lead this one 2-0.
Oh, I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
You're listening to coverage of ARC Athletics on Stones Radio Network.
Welcome back to American River College. Bottom of the second, the Beavers with the 2-0 lead, as the Devils have put runners at third base in the first 2 innings, have not been able to push one across the score, and the Beavers maintain the 2-0 lead. They'll send up Kelly Capps, then Jaden Diaz and Bella Garcia. 8-9-1 here in the second inning, as the soundtrack continues to flow. I don't know who's actually in charge of that. There's a very great mix of music on the soundtrack. Escobar's first pitch is just a little bit inside to Kelly Capps, who was 4 for 10 on the season coming into today's doubleheader. I was too lazy to find out what happened in the first game because I didn't get here until it was halfway through. So actually almost all the way through. It's just, it was just a 5-inning affair. Next pitch is inside again. 2-0. Beavers win at 8-0. I think 5 in the third and 3 in the fourth for ARC. Might have been 5 in the second and 3 in the third. That's what Stone says. Since he was here, I'm going to go with him. 2-0 pitch. That one looked good, but yes, it's on the outside corner. 2-1. See, I could umpire from up here. Probably not. 2-1. Kelly Capps, wearing number 12. She's a sophomore out of Del Campo. The Cougars, I believe, as I am a mascot guy. 2-1 pitch. Kelly hits it foul over the dugout to our right. So it is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Capps opening up here in the bottom of the second. Diaz to follow, and then Bella Garcia. Megan Escobar on the hill for the Merced Blue Devils. That's what popped up left side. Mayo's going over. She's going to call for it and make the catch in foul territory. So Caps pops out to the third baseman, Maddie Mayo, and coming up to the plate, number 9 hitter Jaden Diaz, their left fielder. Jaden out of Cesar Chavez High School. She is a freshman. We're number 6. Batting in the number 9 spot today for ARC. Escobar taking her time with the first pitch. And Diaz takes outside for a ball. Jaden 2 for 8 so far in the season, coming into today at 250 clip. Batting from the left side against Escobar. Bella Garcia, the top of the order, on deck. K9 count might be bigger in the softball game than it was in the baseball game. So that's the line down to third base, and Mayo has it. Goes down to one knee, but catches it on the line, and so that is an out for Diaz. He lines out to third base, and that'll bring up Bella Garcia with 2 outs here in the second.
Now batting for the Beavers, number 13, third baseman Bella Garcia.
Bella came in at 389 to today's game. Freshman out of Rockland, left-hand hitting third baseman. Stones McCoy just chuckling at something, probably thinks he's funny. She takes high for a ball, 1-0. He does that. He does mysterious stuff like that, like he'll frown or he'll laugh or something like that. And he never tells you why. He never looks thoughtful because I don't think he knows how. He has no thoughts. 1-0 pitch. Garcia takes outside again, 2-0. So she's quickly ahead of the count, trying to keep her start something. Sophie Peterburs has a chance to come up. Sophie, the center fielder, batting second in the lineup today for ARC. Escobar behind 2-0 on the count to Bella Garcia. That one's lined foul down the left field line. She got one she liked, but sliced it a little bit too far foul, so it'll go to 2 balls and 1 strike on the Beavers' third baseman. I guess you can still say third baseman. I don't have to say third base person, do you? Okay, I don't know. I'm new to this. Boy, that's going to be a tough meeting after the game with the boss. 2-1 on Garcia. That one's hit high in the air to short left field. Coming on is Becerra. Gets it as she crosses the foul line. So a good play by Becerra and left. 1-2-3 go to the Beavers. In the bottom of the second, we go to the top of the third. It's AR2 and Merced, nothing.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Network.
Top of the third from Becky Russ Field. The Beavers lead this one 2-0. The Devils will send up the top of the order. That's Maddie Stokes, Madeline Insel, and then Maddie Mayo Garza against Taylor McKay, who surrendered 3 hits in the first 2 innings, and we said allowed runners to reach third in each of the first 2, but has not allowed one to cross the plate. So she still leads at 2-0. Stokes flied to left to lead off the ball game. About half an hour ago or so. Her first pitch is down low for a ball, so Maddie Stokes is ahead, 1-0. Sophomore center fielder for the Devils. Hitting from the right side against the right-hander, Taylor McKay. That one also inside. 2-0 on Stokes. Beavers return to action here. They got a little bit of a break. They go down to San Mateo for a weekend round robin. Then they've got a couple of, actually they start Big 8 conference play on the road. That one is lined into right center field. Thompson's on a horse, but she's not going to get there. It'll go all the way to the fence. She picks it up out there, gets it into second base, but motoring into second with an easy double is Maddie Stokes, the 4th hit of the game for Merced. And she's at second base, this time with nobody out. And here comes Madeline Insell, who had a bunt single her first time up. Bunted it right out in front of the plate, and Hannah Peterburs came out and made a nice play, gunned it down to first base, but Insell just a little bit too quick from the left side, beat it out. And she's up here 1 for 1 with the runner at second, and coming in is Garcia at third, and also Ariana at first against the left-handed hitting Insell. She shows bunt, she bunts it, but it's foul, picked up by Peterburs as it hit out front and then spun all the way back. A lot of English on that one, got it out right at the end of the bat. So it's 0-1 on Madeline Insell. Manny Mayo Garza is on deck. Stokes opens up the inning with the ringing double into right center field. And now it's Insell. Here's McKay's pitch, 0-1. That's hit, swings away, hits it foul over by the dugout of the Devils. Rolls out of play, so it's 0-2 quickly on Insell. So tried the bunt the first strike, then gave up the bunt. Let's see if she puts it back in play here. And Emily Ariano is not conceding that she won as she moves in at first, and Garcia moves in at third. Montgomery, the shortstop, shading over toward third. Here's the 0-2. She bunts it again, and that's bunted foul. And she is out. A strikeout recorded for Taylor McKay. And Insell is down on strikes. Big out for the Beavers. And here's Maddie Maya Garza, who grounded a third her first time up. Still a runner in scoring position and only one out. Garza steps in. Right-handed hitter against the right-hander McKay. Gives a little bit of the plate up here. Garcia moving back a little bit at third base. There's a swing and a foul out of play to our right. Big cut by Garza. She looks down to third, and the third base coach very helpfully tells her what she did wrong, which is helpful, but sometimes in the heat of the moment you don't really want a negative thought. I don't know. You know, obviously they don't let me coach anything. Here's the pitch. She takes that one high, 1-1. Stokes off a considerable amount at second on her secondary lead there before Caps comes in behind her to kind of get her back on second base. 1 ball, 1 strike on Manny Mayo Garza. The freshman, third baseman. She pops that one up foul out of play behind us. It goes to 1-2 with Stokes still out on second base and one out here in the third. Basketball season concludes for ARC men's and women's teams tonight over at Hutchison Gym. 5:30 for the women, 7:30 for the men. Check that out on ARC Athletics YouTube. We'll be over there. Here's the pitch. That's chopped down to first base, but foul. As Garza took one that was almost in Peterborough's glove and chopped it down the first base line. Trying to protect the strike zone. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. So join us, ARC, with some really good play, both men's and women's. That one's high for a ball. A really strong league, a strong conference in the women's. They had a couple of the top teams, including Santa Rosa, we just played a little while ago, number 2 in the state. Here's the 2-2 coming up. That's hit out into right field. Coming on over is Tomlinson. She's got it, and Stokes is going to fake the throw, the advance, but Callie threw it all the way over to third base to keep her at second. So 2 outs, and now here's Naomi Moore. In fact, I think that the San Joaquin team, the women's team, is ranked, I think, in the top 10 of the state. So they'll be in town tonight. Also, the men, San Joaquin playing for probably a playoff position, and Beavers a little bit out of the conference race, but they can be spoiler and perhaps keep the Mustang from advancing. McKay's first pitch in the dirt. Nice play by Peterburg's behind the plate to stop that one from going back to the screen and keep the runner at second base. 1 ball and no strikes on Naomi Moore, who grounded out to shortstop her first time to Morgan Montgomery. That ended the first inning for the Devils. So again, I've had runners in scoring position on all 3 innings. That's chopped out towards shortstop. Montgomery had to walk around the runner, and she guns it over to first for the out. So good job by McKay getting out of that one. We go to the bottom of the third. It's the Beavers leading this one 2-0.
Now, back with the play-by-play right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Back at Becky Russ Field, you're looking at the bottom of the third inning. The Beavers lead at 2-0. But the way the Devils are hitting the ball, 4 hits through the first 3 innings, the Beavers are going to try to put a couple more up on the board here in the bottom of the third. Sophie Peterburs, then Jacqueline Young, and Tina McKay, the first 3 hitters for the Beavers here, as Peterburs reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning as Bella Garcia was at first. Peterburs hit a ground ball to third, which they went to second for the force, and Garcia beat it down there. So Sophie was also at first base. She made it all the way over to third, but was stranded there. Actually, that's not true. She scored. So you may want to look at that when you're doing you may want to finish your little triangles in the book there. She check swings and she went around for a strike, 0-1. Before you start giving a little speech about what happened, you may want to just check your numbers. 0-1. Hey, it's the first game. It happens. Yeah, most professionals do, which is why they're there and I'm here. Thank you. Shows bunt, pulls it back. It's a ball. 2-1. I'm trying to. Thought it was 2-1, but it's 1-1. Says Stones McCoy. Well, I gave myself an extra pitch. Yeah. I'm having a time. There's a bunt down the third base line. Garza picks it up, goes to first. I don't think in time, and was not in time. So Peterburs beats out a bunt. Third hit of the game for the Beavers. She's down at first base, and Jacqueline Young coming to the plate. She reached in the first inning. Her fly ball to right was misplayed out there, and she reached base on a play that Garcia scored the first run of the game. So Young, the DP today. Jacqueline comes to us out of Casa Roble, a sophomore. We're in number 16 for ARC. Right-hander against the right-hander, Megan Escobar. Runner bluffs, doesn't go inside for a ball, 1-0. Young followed by Taylor McKay, and then Morgan Montgomery for the Beavers. In the bottom of the third, 2-0 ARC. Trying to make it 7 wins in a row after a season opening loss. There's a high fly ball short right center field going out to second baseman. Nice play by Kylie Brower. Goes out on the outfield grass to retire Young for the first out of the inning. Taylor McKay coming to the plate, the pitcher. RBI single.
Taylor McKay.
RBI single in the first inning gave her 5. Has given her 5 runs batted in for the season. And Stones McCoy is really disturbing me by really get into every single walk-up song is like his jam now. And it's embarrassing. And it's his jam. 1 out, 1 on. There goes the runner. Show bunt. The throw to second base is going to be offline. Hits the runner. And getting up and going all the way to third is Peterburs. And she's in there.
Sophia, go!
Steals second. It's going to be an error on the catcher. Second error of the game for the Devils, and there's Peterburs all the way over to third base with 1 out, and Taylor McKay looking for her second run batted into the game. The scoreboard operator very excited over what's happened as he lets Sophie know that he appreciates her effort from up here in the press box, which I like that. It's inclusive. I like that. It gets everybody involved. McKay shows bunt. I think she bunted at it, and it's going to be a foul ball. So her first, she wanted the ball came at her, she bunted at it. I would just run away the other way. So I would have just ran away. Her first instinct was to bunt the ball anyway because that's the play that was on. So 1-1 on Taylor McKay. She hits that one well to left field. That's going to be over the head of the left fielder. That one hops the fence for McKay. She's got herself a solid RBI double, and the Beavers lead at 3-0. Second RBI of the game, and that was a short hop to the fence for Taylor McKay in left field. Becerra went back. She had no chance. Second hit of the inning. And here's Morgan Montgomery, who struck out back in the first. So she is 0 for 1. Long look down at the third base coach as Taylor McKay got a hold of that one. A little more elevation, and that thing had a chance to get out of here. But as it was, short hops the fence in left field and gets her second run batting of the day. And here's Montgomery. She takes down low for a ball 1-0. 3-0 now for the Beavers. They've got a runner at second base, still just one out. Montgomery hits a shot solid to the right side of shortstop, picked up the throw. It's a little bit high over the head of the first baseman from Maddie Stokes, and moving over to third is McKay, and reaching first and staying there is Montgomery on the air. So first and third now, second air of the inning, third of the game for the Devils.
For the Beavers, number 18,
and here comes Emily Arellano. Emily hit into a fielder's choice her first time, so she is 0 for 1. Comes to us from Folsom High, just a freshman. Up here with first and third, and just one out. The Beavers went trying to get the big hit to break this one open. They lead at 3-0. We are in the bottom of the third. She fouls that one back to the screen, an inside pitch off the handle of the bat. So it's 0-1, Ariano. Callie Tomlinson on deck. Montgomery at first and McKay at third. Here's the pitch. Had to lift it out into left center field, giving chase to center fielder off her glove and center field off Moore's glove. One run was score, and moving over to second base, and the throw behind her, and she is safe, is Montgomery. So McKay scores. Ariana, I'll wait and see about the scores, whether that's a hit or an error. That's a single from my scorekeeper. It was going to be an RBI anyway because the runner would have tagged at third base. And another run is in. Little meeting at the mound for the Devils now. Talking things over. They trail it now 4-0. Montgomery is at second. Over at first base is Ariano. A couple of plays that have gone off the gloves of the Devils fielders, which they are not helping. That would have been a tough play as Moore had to go a long way to get to that one. And again, it would have been a sacrifice fly anyway. But it was off of her glove, and reaching base is Ariano. Umpires out there chatting with the Devils. I don't know what he said to him, but he's got him broken up, so that's good. Everybody's smiling. Escobar staying on the hill for Merced. First and second, one out, 4-0 in favor of the Beavers and Callie Tomlinson.
Number 4, right fielder Callie Tomlinson.
Tomlinson popped out to first base her first time up. Actually, a little looper to the first baseman. She's 0 for 1. Kelly Capps, the second baseman, is on deck. In at third is Maya Garza for the Devils. In at first is Cowie. Right-hander against right-hander, the pitch. It swung on and fouled back to the screen. 0-1 on Callie Tomlinson. She looks down at the third base coach. Beavers won the first game in 5 innings, 8-0. They lead in this one 4-0. Hit the ball well, but they've also got some help from the Devils' defense. Little momentary hold up in play. Get a couple more softballs for the umpire, and Tomlinson steps back in. Oh, 1 pitch is just a little low, so it's 1-1 on Tomlinson. First and second, 1 out here in the third. Megan Escobar, the sophomore, throwing for the Devils, and she does throw. There's popped up right side, called by the first baseman, Avila. Cowie will have that one. So Tomlinson's retired. Second time popping to the first baseman. 2 outs, and here's Kelly Capps, who popped out to third her first time up back in the second inning.
Now batting for the Beavers, number 12, second baseman Kelly Capps.
Kelly at second base today, the sophomore out of Del Campo, facing Megan Escobar with Ariano over at first and Morgan Montgomery down at second.
Let's go, Kelly.
Capps slightly open stance from the right side. She takes that one down low for a ball, 1-0. Maddie Insell behind the plate for the Devils. Yanni Cowie out at first base. Kylie Brower at second. Maddie Stokes at short. Maddie Mayo Garza at third. Kiana Becerra in left. Naomi Moore in center. And Ivory Avila in right field. 1-0 pitch coming. Outside, ball 2. Jaden Diaz, the number 9 hitter is on deck. Number 8 hitter is at the plate, and that's Kelly Capps. 2 outs, runners will be going on any contact. 2-0. That one is high. Ball 3, I believe. 3 balls and no strikes. I got the scoreboard guy to my right and Stones to my left, both keeping balls and strikes. If both of them agree, I know I'm in trouble. If one of them disagrees with me, that's fine. That's a fastball right down the middle, 3-1 on Kelly Capps. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, bottom of the third. Beavers 4, Devils nothing. 2 runs on 3 hits and 2 errors so far in this inning for ARC. Escobar checks the runners. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 4. So Capps gets the base on balls. First one issued by Megan Escobar. Loads the bases as Ariana moves to second, and Montgomery slides over to third, and here's Jaden Diaz.
Now batting for the Beavers, number 6, left fielder Jaden
Jaden out of
Diaz.
Cesar Chavez High School, lined one to third baseman her first time up, and we've got, may have a substitution, may have a pitching change. We don't know. The Devils coach coming out to talk to the umpire. And they're doing that thing where they look at their notebooks and everything and try to make sure. The umpire, I swear, turned to say something up to us and saw Stones and then turned around.
Now batting for the Beavers,
Oh, we got a
number
pinch hitter.
22, Jordan
Werzer is going to come up to the plate to bat for Diaz. So it was the Beavers making the switch and not the Devils. So Jordan Werzer, the freshman out of West Valley. It's a high fly ball in the center field. Naomi Moore stands still, reaches up, makes the play for the out. So 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors, and 3 left. After 3, it's the Beavers 4, the Devils nothing.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers. American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Networks.
As strains of Sweet Caroline ring in our ears, another banger for Stones. He's got dances for every single song. Top of the fourth, 4-0. Megan Escobar, Johnny Cowie, and Kylie Brower for the Devils against Taylor McKay. 4 hits for Merced through the first 3 innings, but have not been able to push a run across. And here's Escobar, who popped out to short her first time.
12. The pitcher, Megan Escobar.
Taylor McKay and Megan Escobar, pitchers facing off. Escobar takes high and inside for a ball, 1-0. Johnny Cowie, who doubled her first time up, and then Kylie Brower, the next 2 hitters here in the fourth for Merced. Trying to score a run today. They were shut out in the first game. That one's hit to left field, but foul over onto the baseball field. Call it Beaver Field. This is Becky Rust Field, but that's Beaver Field. I didn't know that this field had a name. I was going to call it Beaver Park, but I guess I got to go with the name with the plaque downstairs. Stones McCoy did the research. I got to go with it. Becky Rust Field. 1 ball, 1 strike on Escobar. She takes high and outside, ball 2. 2-1 on Megan. Emily Ariano at first base. Kelly Capps at second. Morgan Montgomery, the shortstop, and Bella Garcia at third. Hannah Peterburs behind the plate. Her sister Sophie out in center field. Jaden Diaz re-entered, and she is back in left after being pinch hit for. And Kelly Tomlinson's over in right. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Ball a little bit up and took a little bit off that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Escobar. Sweet Caroline still being played. Everybody, once you hear it, you have to keep playing it time and time again. 2-2 pitches hit weakly to outside third base and foul down the left field line as Garcia gave it a look, but it was foul. A weak line drive is the ball inside on Escobar. She couldn't take a chance to be called strike 3. So she lifted it down the third base line, but all for naught. We go back to 2 balls and 2 strikes. And finally, Neil Diamond is finished singing. That's good. Oh, now Stones McCoy is doing his best Neil Diamond, which is not good. 2-2 pitch. That's high, ball 3. Easy take on that one for Escobar, and she is full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, top of the fourth. Moving over to Hutchinson Gym at about 5:30 for women's hoops action. ARC against Delta College, and then the men follow at 7:30. Here's a 3-2. That's popped up on the infield. The catcher's calling for it. Hannah's got it. Hannah Peterburs with the play. So Escobar is retired and a pop-up behind the plate. And here's Johnny Cowie, who lined a double her first time up back in the second inning. So she is 1 for 1. Cowie, the sophomore first baseman, hits from the left side against Taylor McKay. Oh, K9 count goes up by 2 stones. So we've got the 2 brothers over there. Twins. Well, they could be brothers then. Cowie takes inside for a ball 1-0. They're a little more friskier than the K9 we usually see around here. The K9s we usually see are real good boys. They just sit down and kind of hang out. These guys got a little energy. What kind we got over there? Point, yeah, I think so. Cowie takes high for a ball 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. You don't see that at the basketball games, people bringing their dogs. But you see it at baseball, and I think softball may have, we have had 4 or 5 already coming on through. 2-0 pitch to Cowie. She's going to take inside ball 3, so she's ahead in the count. 3 balls, no strikes. Taylor McKay, as we mentioned, 14 strikeouts and 1 walk coming into today's game. She's 2-1 with a 2.06 ERA. She is behind in the count to Johnny Cowie. 3 balls, no strikes. Kylie Brower to follow. And that one is a little high, ball 4. First walk issued by Taylor McKay, just the second all season. And here's Kylie Brower, who popped to second base her first time up.
Number 9, second baseman Kylie Brower.
Kylie, a freshman, playing second base for the Devils today, out of Merced. Up here with 1 on and 1 out in the fourth. Brower takes down low for a ball. So 5 straight balls coming from Taylor McKay. And Brower is ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Kiana Becerra, the left fielder, on deck. Cowie at first, 1-0 pitch is a little high, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, and we're going to have a meeting at the mound with the Beavers going out to talk to Taylor McKay. We'll step aside for just 1 second here. We're in the top of the 4th, and the Beavers lead this one 4-0.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Meeting at the mound is over, and we'll come back to Kylie Brower. 2 balls and no strikes with Johnny Cowie at first base and 1 out here in the top of the 4th. That one is on the outside corner for a strike, 2-1. So the talk, at least on the short term, worked out. Chelsea Clark warming up in the pen. Left-hander for the Beavers. That one is high and outside, ball 3. I think Chelsea finished off the first game, pitching the final inning for ARC in the 8-0 win. She is out there doing a little short toss, though. I don't know if she's quite ready to go. 3 balls and 1 strike now on Brower. That is inside corner, call strike 2. Kylie Brower popped out to second base her first time up, so she is 0 for 1 today in this game 2. 3-2 pitch coming. That's hit high up in the air, short left field, coming on the left fielder. Nice play by Jaden Diaz to make the play for the second out. Playing pretty shallow anyway. Jaden came in there and made that play look easy. And 2 outs, and that'll bring up Kiana Becerra. Singled back in the second, so she is 1 for 1. And she's up here with 2 outs and a runner at first base. First pitch is high for a ball, 1-0. If she keeps it going, Ivory Avila, the number 9 hitter to follow for the Devils, or the Blue Devils, whichever you prefer. Right now they're just looking to push a run across. They've had runners in every inning. That one is inside for a ball, 2-0. Okay, having definite troubles finding the strike zone in this inning. She came back from behind to get Brower a big out right there, and she falls behind 2-0 on Kiana Becerra. Cowie at first. Here's the pitch. That looked good. It is on the inside corner, 2-1. So Cowie has reached base both times for the Blue Devils, a double in the second and a walk here in the 4th, but trying to get stranded there with 2 outs. And a 2-1 count now on Becerra. That's inside, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Coming to you on ARC Athletics YouTube, presented by the Stones Radio Networks. 3-1 pitch. That's chopped right back to the pitcher. McKay has it, flips it over to first, and she's out of the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's ARC 4 and Merced 0.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Network.
Moving into the bottom of the fourth here at Becky Russ Field, the Beavers lead it 4-0. They'll send up the top of the order against Megan Escobar. That'll be Bella Garcia, Sophie Peterburs, and Jacqueline Young. Beavers with 2 in the first and 2 in the third. Devils have had runners on base in every inning and had them in scoring position in 3 of the 4, but have not been able to push one across yet. Megan Escobar getting a glove to wear, or actually a wristband to wear, it looks like, on the mound. And here is Garcia, who is singled and flied to left, so she is 1 for 2 in this one. Bella, the freshman out of Rockland, asked for time. Is there too much time being taken? So Manuel Garza gave her band to the pitcher, and then she got an extra one from the dugout. Shows bunt and pulls it back. Call strike on Bella Garcia. 0-1. Sophie Peterburs is on deck, and then Jacqueline Young. 1-2-3 in the lineup, and 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the fourth. That's outside for a ball. Bree Romero is warming up also in the bullpen for the Beavers. Bree, a freshman out of Sheldon High. She's the right-hander, and Chelsea Clark is the left-hander. Tina McKay is through 4 innings, giving up 4 hits and a walk, but no runs. Here's the 1-1 to Garcia. Chops it out towards shortstop. Going to have to hurry as Stokes, and she's not even going to make a throw as Garcia all the way down the line. And once Stokes couldn't get rid of it right away, she knew there was no chance. She's running a little bit away from first base, fielding that one going to her right. So it's an infield single for Bella Garcia. She is 2 for 3, and here's Sophie Peterburs. She's headed to a fielder's choice and single. Left-hand hitting center fielder. Sophie out of Roseville High. She is a sophomore. Garcia down at first base. First pitch is just a little high. Garcia made a move to go but did not, so it's 1 ball and no strikes on Peterburs. Jacqueline Young on deck. Got to give it up. Softball's got a lot of nice swag, a lot of nice sweatshirts you see out here. There goes the runner. It's popped up back behind home plate, and Inso came out looking for it, but it hit it off the screen. So it's 1-1 on Sophie Peterburs. 4 for 14 on the season before today's games. A couple of RBIs as well for the center fielder. 1-1. Garcia at first, nobody out. Looks like she's going. The pitch is outside, so it's 2-1 on Peterburs. Just leaning over to see the picture Stones McCoy is sending. Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't like to admit it, but he's doing a pretty good job here today. 2-1 pitch. There goes the runner, and pitch is high. The throw to second base is just not in time, and sliding in head first is Bella Garcia with a stolen base. Pitch was a ball, so 3-1 on Peterburs. And now Garcia out in scoring position at second base with nobody out here in the fourth. Megan Escobar has gone all 3+ innings for the Devils. Here's her pitch. That's right down the middle for a strike. 3-2 on Peterburs. Reminder, we're back here on Saturday, March the 4th, our next broadcast from Becky Russ Field. A doubleheader against Sierra College. Noon and 2 are the times for that one. We'll be on the mic and on the camera for both of those big 8 conference action against the Wolverines. Here's a 3-2. Outside, ball 4. Peterborough gets the base on balls. And here's Jacqueline Young, who was reached out on air by the right fielder and popped out to second base. So she is 0 for 2, and she's got a couple runners on with nobody out here in the 4th.
The DP, Jackie Young.
Looks down at her third base coach, who consults his charts and gives her some instructions. Taylor McKay is on deck. Taylor with a ringing double last time she was at the plate. Garcia at second, Peterborough's at first. First pitch is just a little bit outside to Young, 1-0. Trying to see, I don't know where they'd warm up. Oh, I see, over there. Okay, I was wondering where the visiting warm-up area was, but there's a little spot out there for him. 1-0 pitch from Escobar, outside, ball 2. 2-0 on Jacqueline Young. Castro over the Ram. She's a Ram. The Rams. Tremendous program in all sports over there in Orangevale. 2-0 coming up to Young. Right-hand hitter, Crutch, down pretty low. She takes inside, but that's called a strike on that inside corner, so it's 2-1 on Jacqueline Young. Looks down at third base coach, and, you know, it's a good feeling when you look down at the coach and they're not looking at you. That means you just go do what you do. Stones McCoy has done some time as a base coach on the Lincoln Potters in the summer. He does not like it when they don't look down on him, but he's not really the coach, so it doesn't matter. She's showing a bunt. She bunts it up in the air, popped up. The catcher's going to get it. Nice play by the catcher on that bunt by Incel. So it's Young trying to bunt, is retired on a pop-up to the catcher. 1 out, and that will bring up Taylor McKay. So no advancement for Garcia or Peterborough.
Now batting for the Beavers, number 3.
And here's Taylor McKay, singled to right in the first inning to drive in a run and doubled to left, short off the fence out there in left field, and drove in a run in the third. So she is 2 for 2, a run scored and 2 runs driven in. Bumps her total up to 6 runs batted in for McKay, a sophomore from Paradise High School. Doing double duty here today as the pitcher and now the hitter. She shows bunt, pulls it back, and there goes the runners, a double steal, and nobody really covering at third base, so a successful double steal by Garcia and Peterborough. And now both in scoring position for Taylor McKay, who can add to her RBI total here with a base hit. Pitch was called a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Morgan Montgomery, the shortstop, to follow. McKay hits from the right side, slightly open stance against Megan Escobar. That is a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Good location, 1 ball, 1 strike on Taylor McKay. 7 for 14 coming into today's doubleheader. 2 for 2 in this game. She played second base in game 1, an 8-0 Beavers win. That one is too high. 2-1. Beavers lost their first game of the season to Butte College 5-0. Since then, they have put together 6 straight wins and allowed only 9 runs over those 6 games. Two balls, 1 strike on McKay. She hits that one out foul toward our right, out of play. So 2-2, kind of an outside fastball that he tried to jump on. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Taylor. Bella Garcia down at third. Sophie Peterborough at second base. 1 out here in the 4th. Beavers lead at 4-0. 2-2 coming. That's down in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher. Here comes the runner from third, and she'll score easily on the wild pitch, and it's 5-0 in favor of the Beavers. Moving over to third base is Sophie Peterborough. And the Beavers pick up the run there on the wild pitch. Good try by Maddie Insel to try to block it, but she just didn't have any chance at that one as it's hit right out in front of the plate. Scored it over to the left side. Still an RBI out there for Taylor McKay as Peterborough has moved over to third base. She chops that one foul down the third base line. Scoreboard shows 2-2. I think it's 3-2. And McKay steps in again. It is 3 balls and 2 strikes. Both umpires have confirmed with each other, and they should have just asked Stones McCoy. McKay waits for the 3-2 from Escobar. Popped up right side, infield. Coming down, there's Cowie at first base. He's going to get it in foul territory, so a big out right there by Escobar, getting McKay on a pop-up. So 2 straight pop-ups for the Beavers. And here's Morgan Montgomery, who struck out and reached on an error, so she is 0 for 2 today.
Batting for the Beavers, number 5, shortstop Morgan Montgomery.
So Morgan Montgomery at the plate. Infielder, the freshman out of West Valley. Jordan Werzer, who we saw as a pinch hitter, also from West Valley. Here's the pitch. Looked good. It's on the outside corner for a strike on 1. So Beavers with the first 2 runners on in this inning. They've scored once basis of a wild pitch after a double steal. That one's hit high in the air to deep left field, but foul. And giving chase over there is Becerra. And it was a foul ball by about 40 feet. But I'll tell you, the Birdman up here, he loved it. He thought he likes to see power. The man likes to see power, and that one was hit well to left field. And maybe you straighten that out a little bit further. We might go yard on this one. That would be nice.
She might go yard on this one.
Uh-oh. Now it's a prediction as Montgomery waits for the 0-2 pitch. I wasn't going that far. Escobar checking the signs, and Morgan Montgomery says, that's taking a little bit too much time for me. I need a timeout. Here's Escobar's 0-2. That's down low for a ball, 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Montgomery. If she reaches, Emily Ariano, the first baseman, would be next. Escobar checks the wrist to get the pitch. Here's the pitch. That's hit high up in the air, right side, coming on the right field. It's going to be a foul ball, and no one's going to get to it. Nice try by Avila out there in right field. Long way to go, but couldn't get to it, and Montgomery will get new life here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And again, somebody says straighten it out, but if you straighten that one out, it would have been a fly ball. The center fielder would have been out. So straighten it out and add 100 feet. Okay, I like that. I just, when you're going to yell something from the stands, I just want to work with people and help them out. 1-2. Outside, that gets away, and here comes the runner from there's Peterborough. She slides in. She is in there safe. That's going to be a pass ball, I think, but the second run scores, so it's 6-0 in favor of the Beavers, and they really have benefited from Devils' mistakes here in this inning as they got runners to third and scored them on a wild pitch and a pass ball to make it 6-0. And here's Montgomery. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Montgomery. She hits that one down to third. Garza picks it up, guns it across the diamond, gets her by a step. So 2 runs on no hits and a couple of errors at the end of 4 innings. It's the Beavers 6 and the Devils nothing.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Network.
Top of the 5th, I'm just talking to a couple of American River College football players. Tremendous season for the Beavers. They got all the way to the NorCal final and lost the NorCal final. But I think they should have won. I blame the referees. I wasn't there, but I totally blame the referees. But Robert Freeman and, of course, our guy, the Bird, up here. 1 offense, 1 defense. We like to keep it balanced. Top of the 5th here. Ivory Avila, then Maddie Stokes and Madeline Insell against, let's see, it's still Taylor McKay out on the mound for the Beavers, who lead at 6-0. They benefited, if we're being honest, they benefited from some misplays. They did get one hit. I said no hits, but they did get a hit. Garcia led off with a hit, but they scored on a wild pitch and a pass ball. So here's Avila, who grounded to third, her only appearance in the second inning. And here's McKay's first pitch. And it is in there for a call, strike on one. Maddie Stokes to follow, and then Madeline Insell. 9-1-2 for Merced here in the fifth. That is inside for a ball. Almost got the inside corner against Ivory Avila, but she's even in the count, 1-1 strike. Ivory, a sophomore for the Blue Devils. Hits that one up in the air to short left field. Coming in is Diaz, and she'll make the play easily. Covering a lot of ground out there in left field is Jaden Diaz. First out recorded, and that'll bring up the top of the order in Maddie Stokes, who flied to left and hit a double. So she is 1 for 2. Slice a double to right center field back in the third. And she's up here with a 1 out in the top of the fifth. That one is just a little bit low and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. One ball, no strikes on Maddie Stokes, center fielder for the Devils. She takes high for a ball, 2-0. Madeline Insell to follow. 2 in the first, 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth for the Beavers to lead it 6-0. The Devils with runners at every inning, on in every inning, and in scoring position, 3 of the 4. That's a little number out towards shortstop, handled by Morgan Montgomery on the fly. Little blooper, retires Stokes for the second out and bring up Madeline Insell, the catcher. She singled back in the first, a bunt single, and then struck out in the third. That was also trying to bunt. She tried to bunt on the first strike and then took a swing on the second, then tried to bunt again on the third, and she was retired. That was after Stokes had led off the inning with the double. So 2 outs here in the fifth. Insell hitting from the left side. Open stance in the crouch. Here's the pitch. It's chopped foul off her own bat in foul territory. 0-1 on Madeline Insell. If she gets something going, Maddie Mayo Garza, the third baseman, is on deck. Umpire says, you know something? The plate is filthy. I've lived with this for 2 innings, and it's just filthy. I'm going to clean it up. And we've got one of the coaches for AR coming in to talk to the umpire. I think that's something to do with the fact that the ball hit the ground, and I think it hit her bat again, but I think it was in foul territory. And the great thing is it probably had nothing to do with that, and I just made that up, but you have no way of telling. Oh, that's right. We can go back and look at it. Oh, that's right, the replay feature. We haven't installed it. We haven't done replays yet this year. Sometime in the future, hopefully. 0-1. That's it, sharply out towards second. Backhanded out there by Capps. Reaches up, throws to first, and she got her at first base. What a play by Kelly Capps at second base. 1, 2, 3 for the Devils in the fifth. We go to the bottom of the fifth. ARC 6, Merced nothing.
Oh, I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Network.
Bottom of the fifth, Beavers lead this one 6-0. Emily Ariano and then Callie Tomlinson, Kelly Caps, who just made an incredible play to end the top of the fifth. Those are your first three hitters, and Emily is up here with a fielder's choice in the singles, so she is 1 for 2. Also has a run batted in today. Freshman out of Folsom. Against Megan Escobar, out to work on her fifth inning for the Devils. Outside for a ball, 1-0. Emily, I'm saying she's probably about 5'10". Made a nice stretch to help out on that play to end the top of the first or top of the fifth. 1 ball, no strikes. Takes outside and high, ball 2, 2-0. Chelsea Clark's come out into the on-deck circle. That one's inside and low, 3-0 quickly on Emily. She looks down at the third base coach, who says, you know, if it's not a strike, don't swing. Sometimes you got to keep it basic. Three balls, no strikes. Neriano starting off here in the bottom of the fifth. Escobar in the bright sunshine now. Next pitch is a little bit high. No, it's called a strike. She's got that tall strike zone. You know, that time being 5'10" didn't help her out. She would rather be 5'8" on that one. 3 balls, 1 strike. She pops that one up behind us, so it's quickly 3 balls and 2 strikes. Another K9. Kind of K9 we got there, Stones. Oh, nice, a healer. Nice color. Nice color. I saw. See, yeah, now all the energetic dogs are leaving at the same time. All the other ones are just kind of sitting here. I'm a good boy. Here's the 3-2. Fouls back to the screen. Stays at 3-2. As the sun has finally emerged at, let's call it 3:26. Sunset is 3:26. 3-2 is popped up foul. That was, took something off that one and sailed in there a little bit high, but Emily says, you know, last time it was a high strike, so I'm going to have to swing at this. And she fought it off to give herself another chance. The freshman from Folsom. Wide open stance, pretty far away from the plate. She pops that one up out of play. Probably wants to extend those arms, get a good cut on it. And so far, it's a couple of foul balls. She's 1 for 2 on the day. Just 2 for 4 coming into today's activities. Just the 8th game of the season for the Beavers. They are 6-1, as we mentioned. 3-2 coming from Escobar. That's high and outside, ball 4. Good at bat by Emily. She's down at first base. Second time she's reached today. And here comes Chelsea Clark to pinch hit for Callie Tomlinson. Chelsea, a freshman from Benjamin Holt High School.
For the Beavers, number 17, Chelsea Clark.
Came on, as we said, to pitch, or bat and pitch in game 1. And as here comes, they're going to have a little meeting, talk about who's coming in and everything. We knew before the referee and everything. So Chelsea Clark up here with nobody out, and Ariano down at first base. Everything the bookkeeping is intense here in softball. You got to do a lot of bookkeeping. Keep things. The umpires got like 7 notepads, Couple of bags for extra softballs. He's actually kind of weighted down down there. I hadn't noticed that. But he slips the shades back on. He's ready to go. And Clark steps in, batting from the right side against the right-hander Escobar with Ariano down at first base. That's high for a ball, 1-0. Escobar has missed high a lot more as we've gotten here into her fourth and fifth innings of work. He's only given up 6 hits in this one, but 3 errors. Wild pitch and a couple of pass balls have not helped matters any for the Devils. 1-0 pitch. Clark hits it high up in the air to short center field. Going out, the shortstop's going to call for it, and that's Stokes. And she makes the catch just on the outfield grass for the first out of the inning. That brings up Kelly Capps, who was walked and popped to third, so she is 0 for 1. Had the great defensive play where she went to her right in the top of the inning and retired the runner at first base just in time to end that inning. She steps up here now. Kelly out of Del Campo, playing at second base. Jaden Diaz to follow. Ariano still down at first base, and here's the pitch. That looked good. It is called strike. 0-1. So far, my looks good. I've been pretty high percentage. A lot of times in baseball, I'm not that close. Of course, I think it's their fault, not mine. 0-1. Escobar delivers 0-1, swung on and popped up out of play foul. So quickly 0-2 on Kelly Capps. 4 for 10 coming into today's doubleheader. Beavers are back in action this weekend when they take on Shasta and San Mateo College down at San Mateo in a doubleheader. There's the pitch outside and high. Then they'll move to play on the 23rd at Solano College, and then they start league play on Saturday, February 25th against Casunas River College. First home game in conference, as we said, Saturday the 4th of March. That one is high for a ball. Doubleheader against Sierra College. We're right here at noon on the 4th, noon and 2, and we're right here on the YouTube, American River College Athletics YouTube, presented by the Stones Radio Networks. Would not miss that one for the world. 2-2 coming up now to Capps. She takes it. Call strike 3 outside corner. 2 outs, and here's Diaz. Jaden lined out to third base back in the second, her only appearance. She was batted for in the third by Jordan Werzer, who flied out. So she is 0 for 1 as Jaden Diaz. Left-handed hitting left fielder out of Cesar Chavez High School, the freshman. She hits that one into left field, coming on the left fielder. A nice play by Becerra to retire Diaz. No runs, no hits, 1 left. At the end of 5, it's the Beavers 6 and the Devils nothing.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Now, back with the play-by-play right here on Stones Radio Network.
We move on to the top of the 6th. Beavers lead at 6-0. Taylor McKay still out on the hill for ARC. She'll face Maddie Mayo Garza, Naomi Moore, and Megan Escobar. 3, 4, and 5 for the Devils. McKay's given up 4 hits. Last 2 innings, no hits. She has issued a walk. That's fouled back to the screen by Garza. Maddie is grounded to third and fly to right, so she is 0 for 2 today. A third baseman. A freshman for the Blue Devils. When I started out, I think I liked Devils better than Blue Devils, but as we've gone on, I think I've warmed up to Blue Devils. So I think I'm going to go back to Blue Devils for Merced. 0-1 pitch. Outside and high, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dana McKay 2-1 on the season, a 2.06 ERA. 14 strikeouts and just 1 walk coming in today. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Good looking pitch by Taylor McKay, and she is ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Naomi Moore on deck for the Blue Devils. Still trying to push a run across the plate today. They were shut out in game 1. That's hit high up in the air to left field, but Diaz is calling for it. Moves a little bit over to her left and makes the catch. So Garza is retired. 1 out here in the 6th, then brings up Naomi Moore, who's grounded out to shortstop twice. So she is 0 for 2. The freshman,
number 4,
center fielder, hit the ball well both times, but right to Morgan Montgomery at first, or at short, who retired her at first. Right-handed hitter against the right-hander McKay. Here's the pitch. That's hit out toward Morgan Montgomery. She scoops it up, goes across the diamond, and it's 3 for 3 at first base. So that gives us 2 outs here in the 6th, and Megan Escobar, the pitcher, comes up. So Naomi Moore with 3 ground outs to Morgan Montgomery on the day, and here's Megan Escobar, who's popped out to shortstop and popped out to the catcher, so she is 0 for 2, trying to get something going with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. That's down in the dirt for a ball. Took something off that one. Didn't get it quite to home plate. So it's 1 ball and no strikes on Escobar. Johnny Cowie, the first baseman, awaits on deck if Megan Escobar can reach for the Blue Devils. That one's popped up right side. Is going to get out of play. I think it is. It is on top of the dugout over there in the dugout area. Emily Ariano, the first baseman, and the catcher, and the Peterborough both giving chase. But couldn't get to it, so it's going to be 1-1 now on Escobar. Escobar open stance from the right side. McKay with the 1-1. Outside, ball 2, 2-1. 2 in the first, 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth for the Beavers. We said the Devils with 4 hits in the first 3 innings and a bunch of base runners, but weren't able to push anything across. That one is just a little high for a ball, 3-1. The last 2 innings, just a single base runner with 2 outs now in the 6th inning. Trying to get Johnny Cowie up to the plate. Cowie with a double and a walk so far today, so she's been on base twice for the Devils. 3-1 pitch. Popped up. Center fielder coming in, shortstop going out. That is Montgomery, and she'll make the play for the 3rd out. So 1, 2, 3 again in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Beavers lead this one 6-0.
Beat by DJ Stones.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Network.
Moving along, bottom of the 6th inning. 6-0 Beavers lead it. They'll go with the top of the order here in the 6th against Megan Escobar, Bella Garcia, Sophie Peterburs, and Jackie Young. Garcia with a couple of hits. She singled in the first and scored. She flied to left in the second and singled in the fourth and also scored. So she's 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Left-hand hitting third baseman out of Rockland High School. And everybody's standing at attention as we are playing Danger Zone on the thing. So that is a Top Gun song, right? So everybody has to, patriotically, you have to stand in attention for Top Gun. Did this get into Top Gun Maverick too? Did they play it in that one? I didn't see that. I didn't see it. I didn't see the first one either, but I didn't want to admit that. We were waiting for the umpire who had to go do a little Top Gunning of his own. Yeah, Maverick was on a mission, and he and Iceman are making it back, and I know this. I know the vernacular. Everybody salutes the umpire because it's all good. And here's Garcia. Garza playing up at third base. The pitch, Garcia hits it down the first base line, but foul. Dribbles over by the dugout. 0-1. Garcia wearing number 13, the freshman. 0-1. She waves at it. I thought she swung. They're going to ask the late umpire. He says no, and he's right because he's feeling real good right now. He's feeling his oats right out there, so it's okay. 1 ball and 1 strike. I was the only one. Actually, I wasn't the only one who thought it was a swing because I think the Birdman thought so too. That one's hit down the third base line. Tried a nice diving try by Maya Garza, but she couldn't make the play. Little bloop down the third base line, and she made the dive, couldn't get to it. So it's 1-2 on Garcia. One ball, 2 strikes to Bella. She's going to line that one over the third baseman's head into left field for a base hit, her 3rd hit of the game. Good piece of hitting by Bella Garcia. She's on at first base, and that'll bring up Sophie Peterburs. She's reached on a fielder's choice, then singled, and then walked, scored 3 times, and she's up here now.
Center fielder Sophie Peterburs.
Looking at the game program, it's got the lineups and everything. It's also got the mascots, and that's a Blue Devil. That kind of looks like a boxer holding a pitchfork, like a boxer dog was. There's a pitch that's fouled out of play. That is, we got to work on that. It looks like he's wearing like ripped jeans and stuff. Yeah. Well, maybe he's a stylish devil, as it were, but Peterburs with a 0-1 count now. They do call me a stylish devil. They do that. Yeah, they do. Not to my face. Here's the pitch. There goes Garcia. The throw is going to be not even attempted as Garcia goes in head first at second base. Second stolen base of the game for Bella. She's on. The pitch was called a ball, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike on Peterburs. The umpire just warned the head coach, I believe, of Merced for yelling. I'm not quite sure what it was for. Language warning? Attitude warning? I have a lot of rules that I'm not familiar with. Shows bunt. It is outside for a ball. So it's 2-1 now on Sophie Peterburs. Garcia out at second base. Shows bunt, takes it. It's called strike, and they're on the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Sophie. Jackie Young on deck. Third base coach was questioning whether that should have been a strike. Wanted to know if it was a call strike or a swinging strike, which is his way of saying I didn't agree with it either way. So maybe he'll get a warning now. You never know. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That one is on the outside corner, call strike 3. Off-speed pitch from Escobar gets Peterverse on strikes, and that'll bring up Jackie Young. Young is reached on an error by the right fielder, popped to second, and popped to the catcher, so she is 0 for 3.
16, DP Jackie Young.
Not quite up on the rules of softball. Is there a 7-run rule after 6 innings, perhaps? That is outside for a ball, 1-0. We did have an 8-run rule after 5 innings in Game 1. The Beavers with the 8-0 win in just 5. They lead at 6-0. They've got a runner at second. Now 1 out here in the 6th. Young lines that one into center field in front of Stokes for a base hit. Going to have to hold at third is Garcia because the ball was hit so hard by Young. But she's got herself a base hit. Over to third is Garcia. And that'll bring up Taylor McKay.
For the Beavers, number 3, pitcher Taylor McKay.
Taylor McKay with an RBI single in the first, an RBI double and scored in the third, and then popped to first in the fourth. So she is 2 for 3. She's thrown 6 innings on the mound, giving up just 4 hits. So she has been doing it at the field, in the field, and at the plate so far today. Here's the first pitch. There goes the runner, fakes the bunt, and fakes the throw as the runner is in at second base. Young with the stolen base. So second and third now. 1 out in this bottom of the 6th. McKay had 4 RBIs entering the doubleheader today, so she has at least 6, and she's picked up 2 in this second game. 1-0 pitch from Escobar. Popped up, short left field. Here comes the left fielder. She's going to make the catch and cannot tag over at third base is Garcia. They just did not quite get it far enough out there. Becerra came over. Moore came over from center, and the shortstop Stokes also went back, but Becerra called it and made the catch. She's in the best position to make that throw if somebody did take off from third. And here's Morgan Montgomery. She has struck out, reached on an error, and grounded to the third, so she is 0 for 3. Up here with 2 on and 2 out in the 6th. She takes her first pitch down low for a ball. 1-0. Emily Arellano, the first baseman, on deck. 1 ball, no strikes on Montgomery. Escobar working her 6th inning for the Blue Devils. That pitch is just a little bit outside. Matt Insell behind the plate trying to frame that one, bring it back over the outside corner, but to no avail. 2 balls and no strikes on Montgomery. Right-handed hitter with a slightly open stance against Megan Escobar. That one's inside for a ball, 3-0. Looking down at third base, but she knows what to do.
3 balls.
Escobar taking her time. The 3-0 pitch is inside corner for a strike, 3-1. I firmly believe that was called a strike because people were yelling 3 balls from the stands. 3 balls, 1 strike on Morgan Montgomery. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. Runners at second and third. And she takes call strike 2 in the outside corner. Morgan's going to have to take a minute to think about that one. The freshman out of West Valley is in here now with a full count. First base is open as Young is at second and Garcia over at third. That one's chopped over to third, handled by Mayo. She's going to have to hurry to first, and she got it by half step. Good play by the infield from Merced as they shut down the Beavers. No runs, 2 hits and 2 left. We go to the top of the 7th. It's AR 6, Merced nothing.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student-athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Network.
Top of the seventh. Reminder, you only play 7 here in softball, unless there's extra innings. Johnny Cowie, Kylie Brower, and then Kiana Becerra, the first 3 against Taylor McKay, who's out working in her 7th inning of work. Just 4 hits allowed in this one from Taylor McKay. Cowie has one of them, a double back in the 3rd, and she takes a call strike. Make that a double in the 2nd. She walked in the 4th, so she is 1 for 1 here. The sophomore first baseman awaits the 0-1 pitch. That is outside for a ball, 1-1. McKay has not given up a hit since the 3rd inning. Just a single base runner over the last 3 innings, 4th, 5th, and 6th. She did walk 1, and that's it. Here's the 1-1. Cowie hits that one down the first base line. Almost hits the first base coach, who gets out of the way and kind of grabs the chest there. A little bit too close for comfort. Wouldn't hit that hard, though. I think she would have made it. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Cowie and then Brower and then Becerra. As Taylor McKay tries to nail down the 7th win of the season for the Beavers and the 3rd win for Taylor McKay, she would move to 3-1 on the season. Cowie hits one up in the air toward left field. Diaz comes in, and she calls off the shortstop to make the play. So 1 down here in the 7th, and that'll bring up Kylie Brower, second baseman. Pop to second, fly to left, so she is 0 for 2 in this one. Freshman.
Brianna Ramirez.
Pinch hitter. Brianna Ramirez is going to hit for Kylie Brower. First pitch is in there for a strike on 1. So Brianna Ramirez, the sophomore, comes on. Right-handed hitter to bat for Kylie Brower. McKay's 0-1 pitch, a fastball high. 1-1. Taylor McKay on the mound. Hannah Peterburs behind the plate. That one's a little nubber out toward first. Ariana can't get it. It's going to squib off her hands. And reaching base will be Ramirez. That'll have to be called an error on Ariana at first base. Tough play on a real squibber there. Looks like another pinch here. Marisol Herrera is going to come up to the plate.
Number 5, Marisol Herrera.
So Herrera comes up to the plate to bat for Ivory Avila. Down at first base is Ramirez. 1 out here in the 7th. First error for the Beavers today, and that, as we said, was a tough play because of the spin on it. And here's Herrera. She's a freshman. Right-handed hitter against McKay. That's down low for a ball. One 0 on Marisol Herrera. She takes that one down low again. Herrera batting for Becerra, not Avila. 2-0 pitch, inside corner, call strike, 2-1. Didn't want to fall behind 3-0, so that's a big pitch for Taylor McKay. Two-one pitch coming. Hit down the third baseline, but foul. 2-2. Ivory Avila scheduled to be the next hitter. See if we get another one of the pinch hitters for the Blue Devils. 2-2 now on Herrera. Ramirez down at first base. She reached on the air. Swing and a miss, got her on strikes. So McKay retires her on strikes. Looks like number 15, that is Juliana Hibma, 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 Juliana Hibma, the freshman. Going to come up and bat.
Juliana Hibma.
So Hibma comes up. She is the last out for the last hope for the Devils, we should say. Don't know if she's the last out. That first pitch is in there for a strike as McKay pumps that one right down the middle. On the finish line here with 2 outs in the 7th. Hibma, the third straight pinch hitter. Ramirez reached on an error. Herrera struck out, and now Hibma. 0-1 coming. She swings and misses at an off-speed pitch, 0-2. Maddie Stokes, top of the order to follow if Hibma can get on base, but right now it is 0-2 on Juliana. 0-2 pitch coming. Taking it, call, strike, 3, inside corner, and that's your ball game. No runs, no hits, 1 left. Our final score, American River College 6 and the Merced Blue Devils, nothing. 4-hitter from Taylor McKay. She also had 2 runs batted in. I think it's safe to say, Stones McCoy, that Taylor McKay is our player of the game here for American River. As we put our first softball game in the books. It's a lot of fun out here. Love the atmosphere. Love doing it. Love bringing it to you. Again, our final score, AR 6 and Merced nothing. Reminder, we're back on the 4th of March out here from Becky Russ Field. 12-2 with a doubleheader against the Sierra College Wolverines. It's Big 8 conference action. Also, if you're a basketball fan, stay tuned tonight at 5:30. It'll be the American River College women against San Joaquin Delta, then followed by the men's game at 7:30. So for Stones McCoy, I'm Mark the Phantom Lowe. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you next time on the Stones Radio Networks.